Hi, Leo. Welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of March 2023. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading. But as always, as we continue with the reading, keep in mind this is general for your month, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I more than appreciate the love and support, the likes, the comments, and of course, subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, I did receive an overall message that I channeled before beginning the reading. But as you can see, I did pre-pull three. Which deck is it? The Tarot of Dreams? Yeah, the Tarot of Dreams, and then two small money and career oracles that I created myself. But before we get to that, the overall message for us, because I'm a Leo sun if you're new to the channel, financial success. This is the peaceful abundance that you need. Financial success. This is the peaceful abundance that you need. Beautiful. So let's jump right into it. We're beginning with Millionaire in the Making. Absolutely amazing. So naturally, with this coming out as one of your two small oracles, this is a month for Leos drawn to this reading where you're gaining certain levels of success, right? Certain levels of abundance, naturally going back to the overall message. Reminders that you are a millionaire in the making, even if it feels like at times you're taking baby steps towards that or you're crawling towards it. It's a month where you're needing to recognize the abundance for its worth and how much progress you actually are making in a larger sense. If you were to take a step back and just how much better you're doing than you once were. But I do feel like there's a sense of you potentially cleaning up your financial status or situation or situations. They're saying money symbols in your eyes. I am feeling a level of your savings going up. It could just be your checking account, seeing an increase in that. I feel like you're being reminded you're meant to be rich moving forward. And it doesn't necessarily feel like the month where this is taking place, but you're taking steps towards that. All right. Not being shy of putting in the hard work. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have extreme abundance. And I really do feel like, once again, this is a month where this abundance doesn't feel stressful. There's a reminder why potentially an opportunity came to an end and one began, or why one continued in general, or took a change within that situation. A turn in the right direction is what I'm hearing, towards more abundance, but more peace through it all. They're saying this is a reminder throughout the month that you're not meant to live this life and feel stressed on your way to all the abundance that you deserve. Period. Period. But we're moving on to being discovered. And so I feel as if this is a month where at certain points, it could feel like the month as a whole for some drawn to the reading, regardless of what you choose to wrap oneself up with career-wise, right? What you decide to accomplish, produce, develop, what you decide to even hold oneself back from. It feels like it's a very purposeful month left and right where people are noticing you. I feel as if some drawn to the reading have been for a while or are starting to put themselves out there on one, if not multiple, social media platforms. And I do feel as if this is leaving you being noticed by many, many eyes. All right. And I feel like you might even be very intuitive and very spiritually connected and or spiritually connected to the point where that's tying into the work you're producing and developing, even if it's not on social media. But again, some it is. And you could be helping others open up their third eye to their purpose, their truth, or a truth or multiple in general in their life. It reminds me of my tarot readings here on YouTube and the personal reading. So you might be a reader, right? Or a healer or something of the sort. A motivational speaker, I want to say. But I feel like regardless of what you do wrap oneself up with, again, career-wise, you're very, very inspirational, and this is helping you be discovered. And there's the possibility that one, if not multiple people of importance may discover you throughout the month. And this could lead to one, if not multiple doors of importance beginning to open up for my lovely Leos. Beautiful. So let's shift on forward to the tarot, where we have Justice. If I remember correctly, you got this in your mid-February reading. It may have been a different sign. But either way, it feels like this is a month where there's justice, period, in the form of many levels of abundance. And again, being noticed, being discovered, that's a form of abundance. But I feel like you may even be finding oneself healing from your work, even if you don't expect that. It's like Spirit's reminding you at certain points that you're meant to do something if it heals you at certain points. At other times, you may feel like you have to heal from it, but it feels rewarding still. There's a sense of you being very helpful in nature and that being highlighted, and gaining levels of justice and good karma from it all, through it all. In a sense of the scales just balancing out in your favor, and Spirit saying, this is well deserved. You've been putting in the effort, and it feels like this is time for you to see things fall into place for oneself in a lot of beautiful ways. And I just feel like there's a sense of you feeling very strong, very bold, very grounded throughout the month. But again, not giving off stressful vibes. If you're very empathic, I do feel as if there's a highlight on, not to an extreme extent, but a highlight on the fact that you may be dealing with certain levels of energy at work and or at home that are not the healthiest, all right? And this could feel a little bit dampering or just a bit heavy at certain points. You know what to do. Steer clear of those people or that person or just the situation if need be. If you can, cleanse your energy, meditate. I just feel as if your well-being is taking a highlight in regards to you just doing well overall, but also in regards to you needing to produce the best quality work. It's like people are depending on you to an extent or fully. It just feels like you have a lot to accomplish. A very busy month, but again, it doesn't feel over stressful. And any moments when you do feel a little bit anxious or a bit stressed, I feel as if that's due to someone else's way of getting things done, potentially how they're managing a situation, or it could just be, again, energy. Or it could be your spirituality, or multiple of what I just mentioned. Also, I do feel like you could be thinking about one, if not multiple situations where you felt a bit trapped. You might be having moments at certain points throughout the month where you're looking at the clock, wondering or hoping for a work day to be wrapped up quicker. So be it. Doesn't mean that job is meant to come to an end. It just feels like you desire certain levels of freedom. But also do beware of overworking oneself. It could feel as if the abundance flowing in and coming to be naturally for oneself leaves you quite hungry to the point where you won't even second guess or won't even think twice about picking up extra hours or putting in extra work for your business, even if you don't have to, which will bring you results financially and other levels of abundance. But just don't overwork oneself. Find the balance in it all right? You might, like myself, have heavy Libra aspects in your chart. I'm a Leo, Libra if you're new. But Spirit's saying through this justice, remember you're a millionaire in the making, okay? One to be watched out for, to be noticed, to be looked after through it all, even if that's just by the spiritual realm, even if you're spiritually messed with. The Ace of Coins, some of which this could be a new job. This could be highlighting a new job from the recent past, say February or January. But I just feel like there's, again, a very bold, confident way about how you're making money, managing it, how you're accomplishing what you need to. There's a sense of you speaking with confidence at certain points and it just getting the message across, conveyed in such a powerful but simplistic, on point kind of way. Does that make sense? And the way I just kind of stumbled in the midst of that message reminds you that whatever comes to be message-wise, right? Whenever you need to speak, communicate, bond, whatever you need to accomplish, it doesn't need to be produced, developed, or spoken in a perfect manner. At times it will be, absolutely. And there seems to be a bit of a flow in those moments, or just a full flow, but you will realize or remember the imperfections are perfect in and of itself. Does that make sense? And purposeful all the meanwhile. It reminds me of in my readings, at times I stumble and that ends up being part of the reading. It ends up being purposeful and potentially one, if not multiple, extra messages for who knows what beautiful soul is watching the reading. Does that make sense? I do feel as if this is a month where you individually will feel pushed or just intuitively drawn to watch certain tarot readings, particularly, excuse me, in regards to your money and career, or one of which. So just trust in where you're led, what you're pushed or feeling drawn to watch, wrap oneself up in. It feels like Spirit's at work. And again, I feel like this is a month where you're being reminded or it's being highlighted the fact that your intuition is so damn strong. So you need to trust it through it all. They're saying in regards to who to steer clear of, who to associate oneself with at home and or at work, but also in regards to when to get something done, when to delay something, what work needs to be accomplished at that time and what can be pushed out. Does that make sense? We also have the Judgment card. So I really do feel as if this is a month where your honesty is coming into play, all right, with oneself, with other people. There's a sense of, again, with the Judgment card, you getting your voice out there. I do feel as if you're being reminded you're protected financially, you're protected spiritually, you're protected when it comes to the work that you're meant to produce in this lifetime. There's a sense of a level of, if not multiple levels of vulnerability, taking a highlight and that paying off for you all the meanwhile. But I feel like things are connecting for you. There's a focus on your mind, on your interpretation of one, if not multiple items or a situation on your work or within your work. I do feel as if you're being prepped in certain ways to fly towards more, however that works for you. But the month does highlight once again the fact that through it all, there's financial success, going back to the overall message, that is just so well deserved, because I feel like you've had your ups and downs financially. You've had your ups and downs, endings, new beginnings, time and time again when it comes to your financial investments and your career choices, opportunities. And so when things just feel like they're falling into place throughout the month, when things feel less stressful through it all because of what you've adapted to, because of what you've allowed and even initiated as far as change goes, take a deep breath and recognize that this is, again, well deserved. And I feel like you're even being noticed for somebody who allows for things to smoothly change and grow and develop. Even if it feels a bit difficult within at certain points, it doesn't appear that way. You're being noticed and discovered for that. Let's keep pulling. I'm hearing a pillar of success, a pillar of success. I think I need some water. Bear with me. I feel like that was key wording. I do feel as if you're thinking about where you're feeling trapped once again. I'm not going to take that card. Alrighty, we have the 10 of Coins. Absolutely beautiful energy to get in a money and career read. And so that naturally coinciding with the Millionaire in the Making card, the Justice card, and the Ace of Coins. It feels like you're being pushed to walk through a door towards more financial success, and obviously being wrapped up with career success. But it feels like all the meanwhile, you're being pushed to recognize how much of this golden financial success lies on the horizon for you. So don't stress the small things. Don't sweat the small stuff. It feels like you need to just cleanse your energy, or simply take a deep breath and move on forth, okay? And don't allow for anybody's way of working or just anybody's way of living to get the best of you or to disturb your overall well-being, because it feels like you have a lot going on once again. Beautiful, the 9 of Coins. And so I feel like this is a time for you where you're feeling quite independent, doing things your way, doing things Leo's way, and it's helping you make more money. It feels like at times you're winging it or just having to tap into that knowledge bank, even from the recent past, to get something done efficiently. I feel like people are seeing you as somebody who is a quick learner, who has the ability to adapt, to manifest quite easily is what I'm getting. And that doesn't just go for your career success and growth, all the meanwhile, the progression you're looking for. But I feel like you're independently manifesting and co-creating levels of financial success through it all. It feels like you deserve every, they're saying, ounce of this success in the multitude of forms that it's coming through as. Wow, that was a mouthful. It feels like you're being honored throughout the month. Claps is what I'm getting, pats on the back, praise, compliments, people saying, well, look at Leo. If Leo can do it, why can't I? If Leo feels I deserve better or I should pick my chin back up, then I will. I feel like you're very helpful and very inspirational. So do honor oneself through it all, but it feels like no matter what takes place, even slight hiccups, little obstacles or even large obstacles that pop up throughout the month, you seem to be feeling quite calm and grounded and confident through it all. Beautiful. They're saying trusting quite beautifully in the way things are meant to unravel. The 3 of Cups for the top of your reading, because I do feel like this is a time where there's reasons to celebrate. Even if you're not giving oneself the moments to fully or at all celebrate, right? You might even find oneself holding back from actually celebrating because you don't want to spend more money or extra money. But Spirit's saying you can celebrate one's victories in a free, if not cheap manner way. Does that make sense? And I feel like there's just a feeling of one success piling on top of another. You may find that a foundation is just building quite gradually, nicely, in a smooth and they're saying effortless, but yeah, an effortless kind of manner and way, but there are efforts that are paying off through it all. Does that make sense? So it feels like you're putting in effort towards something for your career, if not multiple situations. But speaking again upon a foundation for some, where you put in that effort, but it feels effortless. And you at times can step back and watch something gradually grow without putting in consistent effort in that moment, right? So it feels like you could be dealing with gaining certain levels of passive income, but it feels like passive growth and success progression all the meanwhile. But look at this. You're being reminded of how strong you are from all you've been through when it comes to the financial and career ups and downs. I do feel like you need to refrain from being outspoken in regards to the way a job location is run, in regards to the way somebody lives, especially if they make you nervous, in regards to yeah, an authority figure. It's like just do your job and feel good about the money flowing in, all right? Or especially if you're running a business, there's a need to just regain your inner strength and accept that when something's meant to get accomplished, it will, all right? I feel like you could be dealing with certain levels of background noise and certain small windows of time when you can get things accomplished, and then it feels like things pop up in that time. But I do feel like you will, again, accomplish it when the time is divinely right. And you'll notice that when it comes to be. But again, I feel like this is a month where you're gaining this extreme abundance and it feels so damn good. I feel like there could be a golden opportunity for you to make a difference. Beautiful. To gain more success through it all. I do feel like you need to just take a deep breath because you do have a lot going on. But I feel the need to pull, let's see, what do I want to pull for this part of the reading? A small everyday tarot. Give me one moment so I can grab the deck. I should have probably better prepared for this. I feel like that was key wording. I do feel as if there are moments throughout the month, especially in the second half, where you're going to look around, whether it's at work, where you're running your business, where you're living. Could even be within the neighborhood or city that you moved to recently. And it's a moment where you remind oneself, this is why I invested in this. This is why I made this change. This is why I'm meant to be here at this time along my path. And so there's a reminder that abundance comes in a multitude of forms, and you need to just keep adapting and being brave and strong in the midst of how things are meant to change and develop moving forward. But again, there's a purposeful vibe about how this month is unraveling, and I feel like there's so much more success for you in the upcoming months. Ooh, the Six of Wands, beautiful. I'm surprised it didn't come out in the main deck, but to put this up here because I do feel as if this is a month where you're gaining this victory, this attention, being discovered once again. It's a month where you're being highlighted as somebody who's going places, who's meant to be a millionaire in the future, and that's in the making, step by step, day by day. They're saying piece of money by piece of money. I just feel as if this is a very, very successful month for you where there's more victory on the horizon, but you're gaining financial success, and this is the peaceful abundance that you truly need and deserve. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your month, and I'll see you next time.